On this one is love, overcoming victimhood. Now this video is going to be short and I'm going to get right into it because I just made a video illustrating overcoming victimhood and race consciousness. It's a longer video, but this one is going to be strictly on overcoming victimhood, alright? Victimhood is a level of self-esteem that is extremely low that an individual places upon themselves based on conditions, circumstances, or logical information. Now I have to say it like that because we have to understand how we've been cultured, and we have to understand how they've selected our identification in this reality called America. Now, when we bring the quality of victimhood, we're really talking about self-esteem, because this is the only thing that the powers that used to be, the white inferiority, would love to keep in their check of how to manage how other people feel. And the only way they can do this is by choosing how other people feel for them. And this is the reason why I speak heavily about the mind, I speak heavily about emotions, and I speak heavily about the actions you choose that are governed by your emotions. Because if you're not the one governing your emotions, someone else is. And that's the time. You have to know this, because if you don't know this, you're at the subject, the mercy of the news, media, and any other stories that they can collect and come up with that is going to be impressing upon your mind via social media, videos, imageries, or even hearsay. Because it's not about you literally like just only, let's say, following the right pages or watching the right content. You gotta also consider that your mother is going to talk to you. You gotta consider that your sister is going to talk to you. You gotta also consider that all these other people in your life might not have the level of respect to themselves that they're going to choose the content that they observe very, very wisely. You understand? So the level of self-esteem that other people have is not nothing to do with you. You have to be able to understand the qualities of God that we are innately. That is our true identification, because the victimhood comes with the identification. So if you were to observe me from the logical mind of utilizing the language of English, you would have to use adjectives to describe on what you're seeing. So you would say, that's a chocolate man, that's a black man, that's a nigga, that's an African, or whatever else terminologies you could think of right now. And you have to understand the first thing comes first is that the individual who calls only calls what they can conceive. So you can never see in someone else more than what you see in yourself. I'm gonna say that again because I felt like that was really good. You can never see in someone else what you don't see within yourself. You understand? So they can never see God if they don't see God within. If they don't close their eyes and close their mind and know and realize the presence of power that is who they are within, they would never see that on the without. So it doesn't matter what you call me, because you're wrong every time. You can only see me what you think I am, and that is who you are. So they say this is a black, dirty, and dusty and all. That's exactly what they are, because you can only see what you are. And this is the reason why I see the quality of God in all of the beings on the planet Earth, because I've already found that within myself. You understand? So self-esteem can only be on a higher end when you understand that the power of all creation is who you are. But if you don't have that understanding, then you have to accept something less. And that's victimhood. So this message is a little bit bitter and a little bit potent, but it's perfect timing for everybody who's watching, because the understanding that we gain from society is not of God. We cannot understand ourselves from their lens of perception, because they are not looking with clear lenses. If I were to swipe my finger on this lens right here on this iPhone, y'all would still see me, but there would be a little bit of glare over here, a little glare over there. It would not be as clear. And this is the quality of perception. Forgetting omnipresent God, that's the fog of life. If you forget the omnipresence of God, then you can think that you're just seeing a man. You just think you're just seeing a tree. Oh, that's just a squirrel. These are all employees of the divine. The squirrel's working a 9 to 5, just like everybody else is, in a way, because their job is discernment, and it is actualized, and it is purposeful. They make sure that this whole vegetation can continue to grow. They take the acorn from over here, take it all the way over there. They grab the sister from over here, do something with her, send her over there, so she can have some children over there, so that they can take the acorns that's fallen and take them other places. They on a clock. They know what their job is. They know what their purpose is. They're not walking around not knowing anything. They know exactly everything, because they are everything on one thing. This is the quality of God. So this is being brought right now so that we can have a higher understanding of what the white inferiority sees in the people that they interact with and they engage with. And I had to call them that because I can't give them any other names. I got to give them exactly what they are. White inferiority, afraid of other things, so they try to make themselves bigger than they are. How you want it? You want me to call them what? I don't know how to call them that, because the only thing superior to me is my higher self. That's it. That's it. So, what I'm noticing is that as a people, we've chosen to sometimes defend. Sometimes we've chosen to defend the perspective that they see us from. Meaning, oh, I'm not that type of black man. I'm this type of black man. I mean, that's okay if that makes you feel better. I want that for you to feel better. But the limitation stays the same because we're utilizing their frame of perception to decide on what we are. We cannot win like that because there is no game. You understand that? We cannot win like that because there is no game. You cannot add yourself to somebody else's story when that's not your character to play. Now we're in their story playing a character that they would love us to play, and we're not noticing that this entire thing is a narrative. So we have to step out of the narrative altogether and say, how did I even get this label for a story? How did they even put this shit on me? Oh, we believe them, that's why. Because everything that you believe is done unto you. I'm not a slave. And I'm not even a black man. I'm a quality of God that's never seen, it's never known, it's only experienced. And you are experiencing it through the vessel of what they call an African body. Yes, I know. It's delicious too. Yes, I know. The muscles and everything, I love it. It's probably the best one they got in the stock. You feel me? I said, oh, I'm coming to Earth. I'm going to teach them a message of unity. Let me get the best car. So I came from the center of the earth. I came from Ghana. You feel me? But the quality of being is not about what you say. It's about what you be. I don't need to talk about how I'm one with the infinite presence. Y'all can just watch my walk. Y'all can just see the different things I teach about. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to sell myself. I don't have to. I mean, I do have to sell myself, but I don't have to. What's that word? I don't have to bring attention to myself in that way. I bring attention to my work. I bring attention to the values that I share. I bring attention to the qualities of being that I have within myself that I'm able to say and you can see while I open my mouth. You can't give what you don't have. So there's only one way you can get this is because I really got it. You understand? So I don't walk around egotistically trying to bring attention to myself like, oh, these people didn't know this. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, I've been on this earth for a quarter. So if you've been on this bitch longer than a quarter and you don't have nothing about victimhood on your online platforms, then you need to shut your fucking mouth and watch this. Now, I didn't need to add the F part in there, but sometimes the energy comes out like that. It's an exclamation mark because it's a little bit saddening to my soul sometimes to feel what other people place upon themselves based on the society and not having the awareness to know that they can actually choose how they see themselves and see themselves from the eyes of the Most High, which actually increase their self-esteem and make other people uncomfortable. That's okay. Not everybody's going to be uncomfortable when you're great. Not everybody's going to be comfortable when you're great either. Some people are going to be real comfortable because you're great. Because now they can be great. You understand? And other people are going to be like, damn, I got to hit the left. I can't go that way. Yeah, I should have made right before I went wrong on that. I can't talk to him. I don't know how to talk to him. It's victimhood. It's a consciousness. And we have to rise up out of that. So that's it for this video. I want y'all to understand that the labels in which they derive from society and the stories that they create is only with hopes that we align with their story and write their narrative for them. That's the hope that they have. And if we say, I'm not playing that character, all their stories go to the trash. We don't need their system. We need to recognize that we are the system. And they're systemizing our behavior to actually benefit from us. So if we systemize our own behavior and live in unity consciousness, then what are the limits? What are the limits in this reality? What are the ways that we can live that we've never predicted before? Yeah, have you ever thought of that? How we could actually live as a unit on this planet that serves the planet herself, that serves the bees, the oceans, the trees, that serves all of the essence of plastic recycling, the utilization of electricity, fossil fuels, water, clean water for every single mother and all her children on planet Earth. These people are bored trying to leave the planet. Where the fuck are you trying to go? just to go out there and realize that life is there as well, then you might as well just be here and know that life is here. And you want to give life. Make sure that all the mothers are good. That's the first job. Y'all don't have anything to do. Y'all are bored building up these big ass cars and toys and trying to fly to Mars and Jupiter and all the places. There's women around the world that need help. There's women with their children that don't have masculine figures in the home that could love. We want to build some houses for them. We can make sure that every mother had a house. Y'all bored? There's a lot of stuff to do. You understand? But look at where their consciousness is going. Externalized. Very much so externalized. They want to find life on another planet. You're on a planet of life right now. What are you trying to find? It tells you about their consciousness. Very much so dismissive. Very much so evasive. You understand? And then also with the subjecting of others to this inferiority complex, they feel like they're the only ones doing anything. So this is the message for this video. Allow yourself the freedom to choose how you see yourself. Don't give that to nobody else. If you need somebody to illustrate to you who you are, go into your quiet place, talk to your divine source. I don't care what you call it. The phone ring and it answer. You hear that? So I don't care whether you talking and you calling on Jesus. I don't care if you answer the phone or pick up the phone and you calling on Muhammad. I don't care if you answer the phone talking about some God. I don't care. I don't care. Just know that divine source is within you all the time, always. And you can go with the one that you was raised with, and it's perfectly okay. Just leave all the judgment where you found it. Leave all the criticism where you found it. And leave everybody else's opinion about how you're supposed to live where they found it. It's not yours. Don't walk around with other people's baggage. This life is too heavy to be carrying other people's around. You got to carry the Spirit of God. They say carry your own cross, your own mental conception. Don't let nobody else impregnate your mind with their ideas so that you can give birth to them. That's society. That's the news. Everybody out here doing the news work, telling everybody what's going on in all the places around the world. What the fuck are you making going on? If you're not creating nothing that's going on, you need to be quiet. Because the world is never going to have a better message until they learn the truth in their separation, their perceived separation. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I honor you. And with that being said, stay uplifted, man. Stay uplifted, stay encouraged. And if you're going to smile, make sure to do it like that. I'm going to talk to y'all. Stay uplifted. Peace.